So, what are we talking about today?
Riddle me this, Boy Wonder. What do the films OK Connery, Operation Kid Brother, and the 007 have in common?
Um, they have, cash in,
That might be one thing.
parody,
That might be another thing.
rip off.
I think that's definitely another thing, but you're missing one.
Bond, James Bond.
But they're missing the most important thing. They're all the same movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
There was the
They're all
name.
the same.
Yeah, there was all the name of the same movie.
Say booty at the green bottom jazz. 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 Say booty at the green bottom jazz.
Hello and welcome to the Mental Breakdown, the show in which we discuss things that we might have missed in the our latest podcast. And to catch episodes of the Mental Suppository, just click on the link in the description below. And I'm Bret Herholtz, along with
Andrew Shanley.
And recently on the Mental Suppository, with the release of No Time to Die, we thought we'd talk about a film that a lot of people might not know about unless you're a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mutiny on the Betsy.
Oh, good thing they have an espresso machine.
And what makes this film really unique in the sense that, it's a really bad Eurospy film is the fact it starred Sean Connery's brother, Neil Connery.
Of course.
But not only that, it also starred several Bond cast members, people who had been in James Bond films, including Bernard Lee, Lois Maxwell.
Miss Yashuka was right. You can see the resemblance.
Think so? I'm not so sure of that, really. I don't think he's quite so good looking.
And the actor who played Largo in Thunderball. And
Yep.
And they were so creative in the names chosen for the characters. They call, get this, they call Neil Connery's character Dr. Connery. They called Lois Maxwell's character Miss Maxwell.
Yeah.
The only person they actually gave a name to that wasn't just their own name was Bernard Lee, who they called Commander Cunningham. I mean, that was the only one they cut a break. But it seemed like they were really trying to drive it home that, this is Sean Connery's brother. This film stars Sean Connery's brother.
Yeah. I mean, this movie's had a few different titles over the years. One of them being Operation Kid Brother.
Yep.
Another is Operation which is 007.
That's correct.
Another.
I think the original title was OK Connery.
Yeah, OK Connery was the original.
You know how they got it? Because
Yeah.
during the film, they would say OK Connery, and I guess it's stuck. Which by the end of this film, you're just saying OK Connery.
It was released in 1967, which is the same year that You Only Live Twice came out. I
And
believe.
Casino Royale.
And Casino Royale, the parody.
Yep.
Which, and it's kind of hard to say whether, they were trying to do this serious or not.
I'm gonna run on the sprinkler. Whoopee!
Because the humor is really dry.
It's not even funny. It's just like,
No.
I mean, if it's supposed to be a comedy and it's not very good is when it lands on Mystery Science Theater 3000.
They're playing a penguin song.
So yeah, his brother is so Sean Connery's brother. What's his brother's name?
Neil Connery.
Neil Connery. He looks a lot like his brother.
Yeah.
But the one thing that's like a big shock is that he's got a beard.
Yeah, he wears a little goatee.
He has like one of those like those beatnik goatee kind of looking things going on.
Why don't we shave the beard off, just to make sure?
The beard is mine. I'm attached to it. I want it to remain right there. And furthermore, I'd like to know what's going on here.
And he's just basically, running around like, with this, chasing that. What was the thing that they were going after? It wasn't a death ray.
No, it wasn't a death ray. I think there was a woman who had had a reconstructive surgery. I'm probably getting this wrong because the plot's so forgettable, but she gets kidnapped. So, for some reason, he's a doctor and he's a hypnotist. Well, okay, but apparently this was like his first acting role. He was actually working as a plasterer before that, and the reason he got the job is I guess he got fired from being a plasterer because he forgot his tools, and so he was on. I guess I don't know if it was somebody who was like associated with the director or the director himself. People would have to look it up on Wikipedia, but they heard him talking on the radio and they thought he sounded a lot like his brother. So they asked him if he wanted to do this movie.
And oddly enough, in this movie, he doesn't sound at all like his brother at all.
That's because they actually overdubbed his voice with a really bad American accent.
Oh my!
Because I guess he was, I don't know if he was going through some sort of a medical thing where something happened to his voice, but they ended up dubbing him with a bad American accent.
Now, Miss Yashuko has lost direct contact with time. Her life from the maternal womb right up to the present day is at our disposal. It can be totally brought back if we so desire.
It was the same thing that happened to Christopher Lee, because he had done a Sherlock Holmes movie for Hammer director Terence Fisher in Germany. So it was all in German language. But when it went to an American, an English language version, instead of asking Christopher Lee to do it, they got a really bad American accent. I'm kind of wondering if it's the same bad American accent, if it's this one guy that does all the bad American dubs for the English language films.
Far be it from me to give any suggestions to an expert such as yourself.
I'm like imagining he might have had like a Scottish brogue that's so very thick that nobody understands what they're saying, so they have to have the subtitles underneath the film. No,
I guess he had some sort of I don't know if it was like surgery or some sort of something happened medically to him where it changed his voice, so they ended up dubbing his voice with this awful American accent.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, for those of you out there who aren't familiar with the whole thing of Eurospy, it was actually, like a lot of them were like Italian films. They also called it spaghetti spy films, like the spaghetti westerns.
Yeah.
And some of
Italians
them
did a lot of that.
Yeah. Some of them were kind of like doing trying to do a spy film like the British spy films. Some of them, like this one, they were trying to like lampoon the spy films.
Yeah.
But yeah.
One of the things that obviously we should mention is some of the other films that we've seen that hits Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh yeah.
Are definitely like Secret Agent Super Dragon.
Yeah. Danger Death Ray.
Danger Death Ray is another one. And it's they made so many of these goddamn movies.
Yes.
I mean, it's like holy crap.
And most of them, it's like, even like in the case of like Danger Death Ray, you have a theme song at the beginning that just does not sound right for a spy movie. Actually, I think one of the guys, I think it was like Crow, makes some comment by the end of the song, goes,
"That was Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da by the Doodletown Pipers."
And that just becomes the joke throughout the whole thing, because that's all they're singing throughout the whole thing is like ba-ba-da-ba-da-da.
I liked when they made fun of Secret Agent Super Dragon. They were like, Secret Agent, do.
Yes.
Super Dragon,
I know.
do. And like that's like 30 hours of that. And
it's like none of the main character, the main actor who's playing the the spy have any sort of swagger.
Your breakfast, senor. You should have changed your voice, too. That's too bad.
They don't even have the swagger that Maxwell Smart had. That's saying a lot.
God.
What's in the box, Carruthers? We don't have all day, you know.
We made you a new shoe phone, 86.
Ah, touch-tone dialing. Very good.
Oh God. You know that there's one thing that's obvious about the Bond franchise, is that anything new and cool obviously gets copied. There's no like limit to how many things can be ripped off. I mean, I remember when Matrix came out and like that whole bullet time thing happened where, you know, Carrie Ann Moss is like hanging in the air and like they'd have the camera spinning around her. Suddenly everybody had to use that effect.
Or it's like when Quentin Tarantino did Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs, everybody was trying to do like that style of movie. So
then like you got some young screenwriter thinking, oh, hey, I can write a whole scene about milkshakes.
Exactly. Or how, you know, put in like kooky music from the 60s or 70s and somehow you have a film, and it just doesn't work that way.
No, of course not. It's terrible.
But I think getting back to the Neil Connery movie, yes, it's a thing. And I feel like it does feel like they were trying to make a serious film, and then suddenly it was like, oh no, this is a comedy. This was meant to be a comedy the whole time. But you just don't get that feeling that this was a comedy. It's like, no, you guys meant this to be a serious, possibly a serious competitor for the Bond films. And apparently Sean Connery wasn't too happy with the fact Bernard Lee had done this movie. And I also heard apparently Lois Maxwell got paid more for this movie than she did for, you know, all the Bond films she had done up to that time. And that's kind of sad.
The one thing that really got me is looks like, you know, some of the gadgets that they throw in here are a little bit beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
They have one where they have a guy with a flower, takes a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. It's like, the cameras don't work that way.
At least in Casino Royale with Peter Sellers, you knew that when they were doing the Q scenes, it was supposed to be a parody.
Don't let me interrupt you.
On the command, the head is turned thus, the hat is aimed thus, the gun is fired thus.
Yes, we're still working on that one.
Whereas this is just like, you know, this is just awful. One of my favorite scenes is from when they showed it on Mystery Science Theater was when he's getting off the plane and there's like this band playing there for no reason in the airport. And then, you know, of course they make some joke of saying,
do I have enough time to beat up the band?
Weird Al Yankovic is on the plane.
Basically, yes.
And when you deplane in Malaga, you'll be greeted by Manfred Mann.
And it was just such a terrible.
How about that theme song?
Yes, they were trying to go for like the Shirley Bassey type of theme song.
He tells me he loves me, and I look in his eyes and give him my love. It seems to be the one for me.
They were really they were trying hard.
Oh, they were reaching for it, and it was just, oh. Yeah, it was just pretty. It was like,
well, that's why it's comedy gold for Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh yeah,
and that's the only reason why people even know of that film is
that's
because
true.
Of that show.
And if you don't really watch Mystery Science Theater 3000, you probably never heard of this film. Even if you were a Bond fan, this is like really a kind of a deep dig.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, if you have not seen this film, if you've not been a fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000 in general, you've missed out entirely. But
oh, absolutely.
That's neither here nor there.
That's it. I've had enough.
So you're ruining it for me.
I
know.
But you can see it on Tubi TV. I don't know if they have just the Mystery Science version of it or they have it without the commentary, but I definitely recommend watching it with the commentary because
you got to watch it with the commentary. It's not as
It's very kind of you.
Sure. Any reward?
Yeah, can I get your brother's autograph?
because I've watched a lot of like MST episodes without the comment, the original cuts of the film, and yeah, they are painful to watch.
Riff Tracks, after they were done with Mystery Science Theater 3000, they did a few other like 60s like Bond-esque kind of like
Oh, really?
movies. Like there was one called The Girl from Rio, which
I think I heard about that one. Yeah.
Which is a sort of like, I guess it was like an Argentina kind of production, or like,
Yep.
like
Because usually it's around like Italy, Spain, France, maybe France. They did those. They did a lot of the Eurospy films.
Yeah, that was another one, and that's actually pretty funny to watch.
Oh, is it? Okay. No, they did some pretty good stuff with Riff Tracks.
Oh God, yeah, definitely did a lot of crazy stuff. But Neil Connery, what kind of like future did he have?
I don't know. I don't know if he did much acting after that. I don't know if he went back to work as a carpenter or a plasterer. But just apparently he died shortly after Sean Connery did. Like maybe only a few months after.
May 9th of 2021, so just a few months ago.
That's crazy.
So let me see. He is let me go to his filmography here. The filmography of Neil Connery.
Well, well, well. It looks like nobody in your family is a rank amateur. Hmm?
Okay, Operation Kid Brother. Let me see. That's obviously like the first one. He did, oh wow, he did like a bunch of stuff. All filmography. He was an actor in 11 Things. Let me see. Mad Mission. Our man from Bond Street.
Gee, that did,
Mr.
yeah.
Bond.
Yeah. Oh, he plays Mr. Bond in it?
He plays Mr. Bond.
Of course he does.
The Body Stealers, 1969.
I think I remember reading about that. I never saw that one, but
let me see. Adam Smith. It was a TV show.
Well, he's had it.
Poor guy.
There's another like Bond's like ripoff series that came from I forget who the actor is. Let's see, the Destroyers. Hold on. It's 1960s. The Eliminators, I think it was called.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Probably a reason.
Different. There's a shoot. What the heck is it? It had. Hold on. 60s Bond ripoffs.
You might break Google by saying that.
Let me see now. Okay, so not just talking about Operation Kid Brother.
Yeah.
Let me see. The Man from Rio. All right. 008 Operation Exterminate.
Was that like a Bond Doctor Who crossover?
I guess. License to Kill. Our Man Flint. Secret Agent Super Dragon.
Yep.
Let me see. OK Connery, which is the one we were talking about. Come Spy with Me.
The other good thing about Danger Death Ray was there's this villain in it that the guys just like completely like ridicule the whole time because he's like this rather oddly shaped looking man.
Make a face. Design your own face.
Wearing like these thick horn rimmed glasses. So every time they come into a shot with him, one of the guys would be just like,
Ribbit. Terrible choice. Ribbit.
I think one of the descriptions of the guy was
Michael Caine and Andre the Giant had a child.
It's like, then there's like my favorite scene from I think it was OK Connery was when they the bad guy shows up like 5 minutes late. He's like, I've come 5 minutes late. And they're like, oh, he's been 5 minutes late. I don't even know if that's the same movie, but they all kind of
blend together after a while. The other way was The other way was the way they used the villain in it, the guy who played Lago, and I can't think of his name right now because I can't. Because he was like, they have this whole scene with him. The whole first scene of him just like strolling around his ship with all these beautiful women dressed in sailor suits, you know. He's like making out with all of them, and it's like, this is the last guy you really want to see making out with anybody.
He's the most unattractive man on the planet.
You know, it's
And,
like
these
it's like nobody
sketches-
wants to see me making out with people. You know, I don't want to see this guy. You know,
like your background has all these ladies in the
Yeah,
background. That's what they look like.
yeah, but
And,
he's just
like,
and this guy looks like, you know, looks like the Penguin from the Batman series. You know, kind of waddling around the ship. You know, just like necking with all these.
The Joker to just pop in and go,
Yes.
ah,
The
we're
film
gonna get
does have
Batman.
that film does have that feeling. It really does. And actually, another shot from Mystery Science Theater when he's about to kiss another woman. I think one of the guys is like,
No, please, no.
I think I know why Thunderball was a hit. You never saw him kiss anyone in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
oh
my God.
But it really is. It's like I've started rewatching it again just to, get an idea. And it really is a forgettable film.
It is. I think,
and I think at one point the woman they're trying to rescue gets killed. So it's like, well done, Connery. You kind of failed your mission, didn't you?
The blind. Try again.
It's that feeling of, well, we don't know what else to do with her, so we're just gonna get her out of here, you know.
Well, that's what else are they gonna do, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad spy movie, you know. It's all pretty much like on location stuff in Italy,
Yep.
and it was low budget. It served its purpose, and that
Yep.
was pretty much it.
And it was pretty much forgotten until it ends up on the doors of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
This feels great. Pleather is really something.
I'm beginning the countdown. Begin countdown.
Knock it off, Trevor.
120.
Which they probably paid like $5 for.
Oh, probably, if that. It might have.
They overpaid.
If it's one of those films that like sort of lapsed into the public domain where they didn't have to pay for it.
So if you guys want to see Sean Connery's brother,
yes,
do a very bad impression of James Bond, which I'm sure he probably did a few more other times.
Well, he wasn't an actor. That's the thing.
No.
He was, they were really working with him, as somebody who had never acted before. I mean, so he's a bit better than what you'd expect. Somebody who's never acted. It's Sean Connery's brother, but it's still not great. It's still a pretty awful film.
It's a bad movie.
Yeah, so.
But it's bad good to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely
good to watch.
It's one of those things like the Phantom of Paradise that people say is so bad it's good to watch. I like that film.
I would agree on that one. Bad to watch.
Yeah,
but fun to watch too.
It's definitely fun to watch. Although I think Phantom of the Paradise is definitely a few rungs higher than Operation 007 or whatever the hell they felt like calling it.
They actually cared about that movie.
Yeah. Whereas
they
this
actually cared.
Whereas this one, it's like, we really want to kind of shill in on the whole Bond, fad. So we're going to, do our own Bond film. And they don't even actually call, they kind of make the inferences throughout the film that he's James Bond's brother, but they never say James Bond. And like I said, they call the character Dr. Connery. So it's like, they're really kind of kind of stabbing it in like, oh, Sean Connery's brother. Sean Connery's brother. He plays the spy. It's Sean Connery's brother. We're calling him Dr. Connery. Sean Connery's brother.
Hi, welcome to a segment we like to call the Sean and Neil Show, Parallel Lives,
in which we look at and contrast the careers of Sean Connery and his brother Neil Connery, the star of today's movie.
Yeah.
Sean Connery. Come on. We don't have him walk through a gun barrel. It's going to be a stethoscope.
Yeah, because it's Dr. Connery. It's like, oh,
Dr. Connery.
Yeah. Probably because they would have gotten sued if they flat out said Bond. So
Blonde. Maybe they could have done that.
James Bunt.
James Jackie Blunt.
Yeah.
Jackie Black.
Yeah. Something James Bond, which the film was.
I actually did a parody in high school called James Bond.
Oh, yeah. I think we all kind of played with that because it was easy.
We all did that.
Because for like what, a 9 or 10-year-old kid, that's the easiest name to come up with for a parody.
Pretty much.
That's what makes it great.
Yeah. It's fodder for filmmakers everywhere.
Yep. So was it shot on like a on your parents' like VHS camera?
Oh, I was in high school when I did it.
Okay.
I was actually it was a short, it was called Diskettes Are Forever. It was a short 10-minute thing. And I did it with my friends, and I literally like borrowed my parents' car as the Bond car. It was a red Honda CRX, which, if you can imagine James Bond driving around a Japanese sports car, that would probably be the one. And I did a scene. I was like, all the grades in the school were deleted, and nobody was going to graduate, and I had to find the disc. It was just one of those really bad high school.
And it's probably
things.
still better than Operation 007.
Well, it's shorter, so
well, see, it's already better than Operation
Yeah, there you
007.
go.
Yeah, you got that going for it.
But good old times. I mean, I was running around the school with a cap gun. Okay, try doing that today.
Oh no! You can't.
No.
You can't do that on television.
You can't do that anywhere.
Exactly.
You know, like this, like 17, 18-year-old kid making a freaking James Bond parody.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I did them all back then.
Yeah,
Star Trek too.
Oh yeah, I think we all did the parodies.
Well, I think that if you have the opportunity to see that movie,
not his movie. I don't think he has it. I don't think you have it anymore.
No, but
that's too bad.
Check out take a look at the let's take. You guys should definitely, if you guys are interested, go see that Operation Kid Brother, Operation 007, whatever they want.
You can see it on Tubi now. I'm sure you can watch it on YouTube. It's all content now. So
it's free. Go.
But yeah, definitely check it out. It's just to, like I said, just to see Sean Connery's younger brother trying to act James Bond without actually being James Bond.
Yeah. You should have seen your brother's face, Doctor, when he heard of it.
I would also recommend another one, which is actually kind of more entertaining to watch, which is called Deadlier Than the Male.
Deadlier than okay.
That actually was another British spy kind of ripoff, but it was a guy named Bill. The character's name is Bill Drummond.
Yeah.
I would check that out. That's actually not a bad one.
That sounds familiar though, Bill Drummond. I feel like I've heard
they made
that.
a few of him, I think.
Okay.
But I would check him out. It's sort of a ripoff and parody, but it's fun.
I mean, not all of it's like you said, like you're mentioning, not all the the films that were sort of in the fashion of James Bond that came out after him were bad films. I mean, Get Carter, the Flint series, they were all they were all tongue in, like with Flint, it was all tongue in cheek, but they were still great movies and they were a lot of fun.
Check it out.
Or you can also check out Get Smart's The Nude Bomb, which came out much later, but still.
Yeah, that was like 1980, I think.
Yeah, you can check out him accidentally shooting his gun down his pants and then looking and saying, "Missed it by that much."
As I was explaining, Max, the door is the wall, and the wall is the door.
Unless you make the mistake of ringing the bell or knocking on the door, then the wall will electrocute you.
So if you want to check out the latest episode, go on to the website that's in the description below, and you can hear that episode as well as future past episodes.
Smash that like button.
I think so. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if you happen to have a few days free, I was thinking I'd be happy to have you back in the reserves with the rank of major.
You would?
Major? What was I saying?
That you have to return to London immediately. Isn't that right, Commander? You remember?
Yes, of course. I must return immediately.
Smash that like button.
I think so. Yeah.